Good morning, everyone. Hope you have a fabulous weekend. My name is Mariah Afolabi Brown. Welcome to Your View. As always, I have my lovely co-host here. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you guys doing?
Very good. I'm so happy.
What's making you happy? Yeah.
I have a lot of gist, but I'll wait till later in the week to download them. Okay. But the most important one is that I'm a child of God, ordained by God, with God's grace and favor on my life.
Obviously.
Uwa can testify. Tokwe, I invited on Friday. She did not come. And she missed out on the lachi.
Yeah, obviously very happy. It's good that you have a good man on your side. You gotta be happy, man.
It's not easy for you to get to a salon that is so expensive and you want to fix your nails and somebody says, "Did you already? I hope you didn't pay for your nails." We say, "Ma, we did though." And Uma said, "Please go and collect your money back." With the speed of light.
That's good.
It was fun. And yesterday was Rollery's wedding. Saturday was Rollery's wedding. Fantastic. I had fun. And YK was all over the place. She was a cry. Just the cry. I mean, you could see that she was really, really engrossed in the fact that she was going to give out her only child. Yeah. She was crying all through Saturday. I said, "Oh, Kwele, Mama of the day."
It was
YK.
It was fun.
Congratulations again.
Yes, congratulations. Yes, Tokwe, how was your weekend?
My weekend was good. Predominantly dominated by YK's wedding.
And you're the makeup artist?
Yes, yeah. I didn't get to really, I was telling them that I didn't get to really enjoy the party because I had to rush back to change them. I was like, the band was fantastic.
What are you talking about? You were dancing. You didn't even dancing. You didn't enjoy each party. You were dancing with your husband. My husband was like, "What are this one?" They think they're 21, 22. They're really lamoing each other like as if it was really
well, okay, well, that part. I dance, and my husband knows I dance, and then we danced together a lot. After we took the party to another level,
something interesting happened. My husband came a bit late, right? So he had the plate of Chinese. And I knew my husband, that thing didn't fill him up because he needed another plate. So I wanted to get some another plate. He said, "No." I said, "Let me get you another plate." "No." After a while, and I said, "That's that plate, can I have it?" And I said, "What happened?" He said, "Harry DJ was there." He's a etiquette master. Why?
Which guy Harry DJ was there? Harry DJ kept on ordering and ordering and ordering.
It was so much. I didn't want Harry DJ to think that I am.
Let me tell you what etiquette is. It's not about eating. It's about eating little bits per time. No.
My husband was like, when Harry DJ now left, and I said, "Now go and bring the food." Now I was putting my own people. I can eat in front of them.
That are taking care of himself properly.
He kept ordering and ordering.
He didn't know. He didn't know. He was not being proper. I'm not saying.
And then all our husbands got to take pictures together.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
Except for Nima's husband, he wasn't there. He left a bit early.
It was a Your View men crew.
They are planning for us.
That's
men
good.
of Your View.
Yes. All right, we had a great time over the weekend. It was fantastic hanging out with YK and Rollery. Congratulations again. All right, we have a fabulous show for you today. Stay with us. We'll be right back with the front page review. All right, let's start with the punch. Buhari may not name ministers until September. Arrest APC's drift. Akonde urges Buhari governors. Fresh leadership crisis rocks Celestial Church. Presidency orders VC registrar to refund salary overpayments. You can see picture here. Ogun crash, remains of 2 Olabisi Onabanjo University students, driver buried. Let's see. Why I didn't read APC's letter, says Dogara. Banks may deny 14.6 million customers services by Wednesday. AIDS kill ex-Futa VC, dump body in garage. While President's protection. CSO revokes ADC's order to DSS officials. Goodness me. Any story? Human angle.
The future VC.
Yeah, I read the story. It's a very sad story. He was abducted and they found his body later. and they linked the death of his
Sweet
death to his driver and his gate man.
Oh my goodness!
They said that when they killed him, they found they poured what's it called, diesel on him to avoid
recognition.
The smell of a dead body. But when I read the story, I wish the policemen would quiz the driver and the gate man as to why they killed him, you know, because it was supposed to be like a kidnap, but it wasn't a kidnap.
Yes,
they killed him.
They had pretended like he was kidnapped and drove him out in his car and locked the gate from behind, locking in his wife and the maid. So they screamed out and said, Daddy has been kidnapped with security man, not knowing
that they were the one. So they thought that both the security, the driver, his name is Yemi, and that the gate man is Daniel. They thought all the three of them were all kidnapped. I sense that probably it didn't work. Maybe the man died within their custody, and they just had to find a way to cover up the story. But it's a really sad one.
But I think we'll pick out the other stories because I think it's all over the papers. But this one, I think, is the only one I saw. The bank's one, 14.6 million. If you don't have your BVN numbers by Wednesday, you won't be able to bank.
No, but
the BVN is the bank verification number, and it's been ongoing since February this year. The idea is that every person that has any account, all your accounts are together, you must have an identification number. The sad part is that it's ending in the next...
Tomorrow.
That's
by Wednesday.
Yeah, from Wednesday.
Why is it sad? They've been telling us since...
Some people are not in the country. It's not something you can do online. They have to decentralize the thing in a way that...
about 14.6 million have not collected their BVN.
Yes.
Or they've not even done their biometrics.
And they're saying they won't postpone it, so...
No. What it means now, I think that they won't attend to you till you have the BVN. So if you come into the country in December, go and register.
You cannot, you can't withdraw, that's all. They'll just stop you from accessing your account until you register.
Okay.
It's a 2-second something. It's not something that should take time.
Vanguard, next paper for this morning. Buhari to appoint ministers in 2 months. Rot left by last administration, too much to clear, says source. President to take drastic action soon to reduce number of ministries. Waits for Senate's resumption before forwarding names for ministers. And Nigeria loses 50 trillion naira annually from untapped national resources. Goodness. Unpaid salaries, civil servants ask EFCC to probe governors. And you can see here a picture of accidents, gridlock, and stranded commuters on the Benin-Lagos road weekend. There was a crazy accident over the weekend. Goodness me.
You know,
that accident that we have on the express is always a common thing that happens with truck drivers, and honestly speaking, they need to
rail
is one solution, but even for the trucks that need to drive, most of these truck drivers, they are not trained. Most of them, their brake system for the trucks are not good. You know, the tires, you will see a truck driving with 4 flat tires, or even it's just the rim and no tires. You know, because they take advantage of the fact that because they have plenty tires.
Yes, visibly bent.
So it is. I mean, there are so many things that would cause road accident, and usually when it comes to road accident, it does not take 1, 2, 3 lives. It takes a lot of lives. So we should take it seriously.
And also, some of them drive long distance
on bad
while
roads.
They're tired.
Yes.
You know, you are driving overnight, you know, and you get tired, fatigue. I was going to take the story of that Nigeria loses 50 trillion naira every year from untapped resources. And out of this 50 trillion,
about 8
trillion only for untapped gold. We have gold.
I know you want to say that.
Imagine.
Yes, you can't pay your
imagine
salary.
They are now even asking the governor to come and answer to impeachment notice. If only he could tap into the resources under his belly. Now, the Nigerian government is focusing on crude oil, and we're losing 50 trillion every year.
They simply need to put it on the...
There's something else. You see, most of the South state, the Niger Delta state that are getting derivative, which means that they're getting extra money, are getting this extra money because the oil is from them. So take our own gold and give us derivative on our own gold. We're not fighting for the derivative going to the Niger Delta belt. Let us get our own derivative, or just allow us to do it. Don't just focus on one thing where you can make money from other sources.
That's all.
Okay, let's move on to another paper. The Guardian. Nobody let's talk about the
Buhari.
Why President Buhari's cabinet will be delayed beyond July. Consumers of imported chicken risk kidney disease and others. Siblings reject Olatosho Oshofa as Celestial Church's new leader, and Osun judge confirms authorship of petition against Aregbesola.
Celestial Church.
I know we won't talk about the Buhari thing, but let's. But
this is the right place to talk about
this chicken.
Buhari.
Wait, hold on.
This chicken is also very, very important because we all eat chicken.
For everybody no, it's not issue of announcing. They are still repeating it. It means that it's relevant because over the weekend I was listening to the radio and someone came in seeking donations for kidney disease and all that. It is not. It's beyond you saying that now this is what is affordable. You can go and buy 500 naira beef or 200 naira beef, tell the malam to cut it for you.
The fresh one.
Yes, and buy fresh food instead of eating, because what the report is saying, although it's coming from the head of the poultry, wanting, but the report is saying that the preservatives, the chemicals that are used to preserve the
Salmonella, is it SP or?
And they even said formalin inside the thing.
You know, pretty much just go and
just
kill
and you know what?
chicken and cook it.
My mother has been known that she cannot even taste frozen chicken. Because when in the north, it's always like we don't know what frozen chicken is in the north. But I don't know. I mean, south, you people.
It's only natural that when you are bringing something from far distance, you must put something in it to preserve it. That's why they even say we should stop eating processed food.
Said,
only eat natural food.
The natural one is more expensive. Like
I agree.
I kill chicken,
but you will live longer.
They'll charge me like, is it 1.5 or 2?
So you might as well.
For a whole chicken, it's about 2,000 naira or something like that, or 2.5.
Kidney diseases would cost you a whole lot more than eating healthy.
50 million for kidney transplant.
Yeah. And the thing with the bad thing about the whole chicken is that, I mean, how many people in the house can they fit?
The neck is useless.
The neck is useless. The head is useless. The feet is useless.
The chicken we gave you in December is quite big. So you
that
can
one,
buy.
it was one of, because I kept going back there. They don't have chicken.
No, because usually when they sell off all the big ones, they have to now regroom them again.
Okay, let's move on to Buhari said that our president said that the ministers won't come until about September.
And I think that let me just say, according to the report, if that's in Guardian, that an unnamed source, you know, in the cabinet, the presidential cabinet, said that the ministerial list will be delayed because they need time to streamline and cut down on the number of ministries that will have ministerial ministers, and that the reforms that have been proposed, they need to know which they will be collapsing. 1, they need to ensure that people do not lose their jobs. 2, they need to also take into consideration the fact that there's so much decay on ground, and it's like a rebuilding. He gave cited the example of someone whose bones were badly mended. They need to break it to refix again. That we should give them time. And I personally support it because we look at the president's, currently people feel that, and a lot of reports have on Twitter, that the president is slow. The ministries are working. They are permanent secretaries. It was highlighted that the permanent secretaries are attending meetings every week. The weekly meeting.
And they have access to the president.
And they have access to the president. So the job is still being done. Nothing is put on hold. Can we just let the president do the right thing? Because the wrong things have been going on for years now.
Right.
And we're not happy about it.
In summary, what the president is looking for competent people. And the truth is that you know that it's very hard in Nigeria right now for you to get someone that is patriotic enough to put aside their own personal agenda. So calm down. So part of the thing is that I mean, it might take a while, but we shouldn't pressure.
Let's do it right.
We shouldn't pressure him so that he can get it right.
The report also says that it's politicians who are looking for political posts that are pressuring
and are now sending all these messages around.
You know, so politicians, we want good governance. Let him do what is right. Because what's the use of appointing somebody and then the person is found to be corrupt and he sacks him the next day?
True. Okay, this day, APC Leadership Caucus waits in party crisis to meet tomorrow. Seeking to reform, no ministers for Buhari for 2 months. We can see Geregu power plant to get $83 million upgrade. Uncertainty over policy direction may worsen Nigeria's business confidence. All right, we talked about Buhari already, so let's move on.
This APC meeting.
Oh, yeah.
They are meeting, I think, is it tomorrow?
Yes.
They are meeting tomorrow because they've been having a lot of issues, and thankfully the president is written there that the president will be in attendance alongside every
All
other
the
person, all the governors
the
and
national leader,
the Speaker, House of Representatives,
Senate President.
Senate President. It's important that they meet, because a house that is divided against itself cannot stand. And if we want to see growth and progress in Nigeria, it's important whatever it is that it
we've heard different
of.
versions from Saraki and
Yeah.
Dogara saying,
So
oh, I did with the letter. You know, there are
The
different.
president met with them, with some of the Ahmed Lawan group over the weekend.
Yes.
And it was reported that that was from that meeting, they decided to convey a reconciliation committee to bring everybody together, most especially the fact that these people are still part of our party. That's what they're quoting the president, that they are still part of our party. It's APC. The only part that we should work on is ensuring that we are all on the same page. So tomorrow's meeting is a major
crucial.
one. Yes,
Okay,
very,
so
very.
see. All right. Our last paper for this morning is Daily Sun. North moves to take over NNPC. May head 7 departments. 3 Northerners penciled down for GMD. Those fueling rebellion in APC. That's Akande Saraki Dogara exposed secrets of National Assembly crisis. Why Buhari may not name ministers. Okay, we talked about that already. Presidency, PDP exchange words over Buhari's first 30 days. Anybody read that?
Yes, so they were complaining that we haven't seen, you know,
action.
development,
No
movement.
Motion without movement.
That's what they said.
All motion, no movement.
All motion, no
But
movement.
this NNPC issue, we have
Yes.
had 5 GMDs in 5 years.
Yeah.
And we have had most of them come from the north. Why are they moving again?
Hey,
No,
don't
I
go
read this
there
story,
now.
please.
Ah.
I read this story.
We shouldn't
and
be part of the
no.
people. We shouldn't be. Don't even say that statement. It's a wrong statement. We shouldn't be part of people
Excuse me.
1
projecting.
second.
Hold
There's
on.
something called federal character.
Yeah,
remember?
we shouldn't be part of the people projecting whether why are they coming from the north.
Excuse
I don't
me.
care who goes there.
May I finish
Let
my
the person
line of,
do his
may
job.
I finish my line of thought?
Oh yeah, finish it.
We have said merits. Now, if you have had 5 northerners, are you now saying, not 5 northerners, we've had about 4 out of 5 in the last 5 years. Why is the north clamoring? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying not merits. Let it
Establishing
be
the
merits.
story, what it is
But
just
from
saying,
any part of Nigeria.
Why
it's
won't
just-
they clamor for
this
it?
is allegation. No, there's no fact. There is nothing. We're just saying that they heard from someone that they are citing this position for northerners.
Why
It
can't
is
we
just a
just all be patient and let our president
Abi,
just
why
appoint?
are you people
After he
preempting?
now appoints, and we now see that they are all northerners, we can now start begin to go.
Murayo, I'm even saying that even if we find out that they are all northerners,
shouldn't
can
be.
they do the job? That shouldn't be our problem. Our problem is who is
But
competent enough to do the
Constitution
job.
also recognizes
Forget
federal character.
Okay, I
Yes,
hear
so
you.
Constitution
Abi-
also recognizes federal character. That's
Like
what
it
that's
or
one of the
not.
issues that Dogara was claiming, that we need to ensure that
Mariah,
all the positions in
I
the
will
house.
have a problem.
Yes.
If the most competent people to head the NNPC are all from the north.
The same way we felt that Diezani was selected
from the Niger Delta based on,
her. So
you know,
let us make sure we're not playing like them.
but let's just wait and let him do his job, please.
Okay.
And PDP, I know you are the opposition. All this statement of motion is just attacking. We know our president.
Bottom line,
We know
be
he's moving.
patient. Let
Yes,
us be
and there is
patient.
movement.
Suru.
Lere.
All right, let's take a quick break. When we return, Nigeria records the highest number of drug-related convicts in the world. That's on Hot Topic. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Back. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLA, recently announced that Nigeria has the highest number of persons serving jail terms for drug-related offenses worldwide. According to Iwea Junwa Okechukwu, the NDLA commander in the state, disclosed that there is no doubt that as a country, the menace of drug abuse and trafficking is one of the biggest problems staring us in the face today. What are your thoughts on this? It's your view. Let it count. You can call us on 070-8066-8014. You can tweet to us at YourViewTVC. All right. So,
Iwe Junwa Okechukwu, the NDLA commander. Now, I don't want to go the tribal route, but I mentioned his name purposely for a reason. There are people from a particular region in Nigeria that every year in December, they look forward to their children coming from I haven't mentioned anybody. Why are you guys looking at me like that? But they look
Tread
forward.
carefully.
I'm very, so allow me. They look forward to their children coming home and, you know, displaying their wealth of how they were in other parts of the country and outside of the country, and this is what they've brought home for Christmas and things. And so a man who, for instance, is a farmer who doesn't come with anything, the parents and family members will look like at him like he's a failure. So people are encouraged to do whatever it takes, you know, to come home with some money at the end of the year. This encourages us to do all sorts of things, aside from drugs, 419 and the likes, and even armed robbery.
How does that relate to
I'm
this
saying
matter?
that once again, like I said on Friday, it's the family system. Now, if we encourage people who are working to earn their pay legitimately, the person who wants to do drugs will feel like he is the abnormal. But in Nigeria, regardless of how your wealth is gained, people celebrate people who have money.
Okay, I hear your point. I think you make a very valid point. However, I'm not sure the example you cited relates in any way, because the truth is that if I would like to suggest who you're talking about, these same people are the ones that send their younger brothers to maybe the big uncle's house to learn for maybe 4 or 5 years or 2 years before they start to understand the business, before they're not empowered. That's a better system. That's like the Jewish system of it. So they build that system. So we can't assume that, oh, this is how they are, that nobody, their society is pressurizing them to get into that business. No, it could be anybody, even in the Southwest, even in the North. Once you feel pressured, anybody can go into any business. So let's not assume it's just a certain area. That's the only area. But I agree with you that maybe societal pressure causes, even because we've seen some Yoruba actresses. Remember there was one that was convicted recently. That she was found rapping with drugs with her. So it could be anybody.
People in the entertainment industry too,
yes,
very much, because they travel a lot. You know.
I want to say that we seem to see these figures that were rating high in convictions in terms of Nigerian being convicted abroad. That's the figure. The figure is that Nigeria is being rated very high among convicted drug pushers or drug-related crimes abroad.
Highest.
Now, within our country, we have a systemic problem of not properly prosecuting wrongdoing. We do not frown at evil things. We have a country like China. If you're seen with drugs, no matter who you are, no matter who your father is, no matter where you're from, it is death sentence. We need to create a structure in Nigeria that will prevent people in this country. We need to start looking on, we need to look at evil things as evil. We need to look at wrong things as wrong. We need to punish wrong actions, regardless of if the person is rich, regardless if the person is from a wealthy family. If you're caught with drugs, if you're caught, what are the laws concerning drugs? How are we prosecuting those laws? What is NDLEA doing?
I'm wondering where they got these statistics from.
One person just died. One person was sentenced to death, and I think it was executed. I can't remember the name.
Even in Indonesia,
the country.
too,
Yeah,
4 people.
four of Indonesia, and one was a Nigerian. And I feel bad that this is we're hearing about Nigeria in such light. Okay. You know, we should do better.
You're going to say something?
Yeah, interestingly, I think it was Friday or Saturday, I was watching TV and I saw the body judge's wife. I don't know her name. She's supposed to be in charge of NDLEA. And she was saying that they have really, really been, you know, been clamping down on a lot of drug barons, that even, you know, the hope she has is if the government will support them, because drug is not cheap, Mariah. And the people that do drugs are not you and I, that don't have, you know, a very, very, I mean, you must be extremely wealthy for you to be able to do drugs. And the way they lure people to carry drugs is, I mean, you want a better life, they tell you, okay, the country is, there's no job, there's poverty, a lot of people. So once you take it, you go and come back. For instance, they give you like 2 million or 3 million, you say, wow, just for taking something and traveling outside of the country, you see? So it is very attractive. The government has to make it less attractive. First of all, job creation can curb, what's it called? The drug issues that we are having in our country. If we have enough jobs, I don't think a lot of young people would willingly go and submit themselves that I want to go and swallow something and I need to take abroad. Then also, we need to focus on, like what Tope was saying, focus on dealing with the people, because drug is not small money. The people that are involved are people that have a lot of
rich people.
the access to wealth. Now, the reason artists and all these, what's it called, musicians and actors, the reason they carry drugs, most of the time, they have this easy access, nobody checks their luggage. Do you understand? So it will be easy for them to just take drugs across the country. So I think those are the main things that they should focus on.
Within Nigeria, who are these people consuming these drugs?
Maybe they just
No. Because the report, that man's statement said that within our country, within the borders of our country, the children in the university, I've spoken to someone that is 30, he was 30 this year, and he told me that while he was in school, they had a clique of friends that if they were not high, they couldn't study. They go into exam.
That one is easily available.
Don't preempt me. I cannot say what they are taking. But and it was in private universities. The private universities in this country, the young children, the young people that are going to get education, they have access to drugs. So we need to caution.
Who attends private universities?
They are the son of the rich.
Let me take this call. Bolanle, are you there?
Yeah, morning.
Bolaji, I do apologize. Please, Bolaji, go ahead.
Morning.
Morning.
Yeah, I was listening to your program and I feel it's better I contribute because this is a very, very important topic that you guys take this morning. First and foremost, I want to disagree with Jumoke on our thoughts about a certain part of the country as regards what the expectation of parents are. Number one, Nigerian parents are always expectant that once their kids grow up, they grow up to be successful and they provide for them, no matter the region. That's the first point. The second thing is that the problem in Nigeria is actually the major cause. Everybody seems to be money conscious, whether you are young or whether you are old. So that has now clouded our thoughts on doing what is morally right. Those are the things I think are the major causes why people feel they can do anything all in the name of making money. The integrity of the country has been dragged down by all these actions. So, in general, it's a problem for all. But I believe the government needs to do much, especially as suggested by one of your hosts, that the punishment for all these offenses has to be stiffer,
All right.
which I think is the best way forward.
Okay.
Thank you.
Drug barons all over the world.
Yes, sir.
I said drug barons all over the world, they look for the most vulnerable people. Do you understand? So it's beyond what we can say on this table that would change the thing. If the government is upset about these figures like we are upset, saying that Nigerians are like the highest number of drug traffickers in the world, then I think they need to go beyond just talking and create an environment where everybody will now have liberty to choose whether I want to be this. Some people don't have a choice. That is the life that they have found themselves in. There are some people that have, that would have chosen better. Differently if they had gotten a better option.
Okay, yeah.
I'd like to say that we have presently in the House representing the people somebody that has a case in the United States, Kashamo, has a case. The NDLEA currently, shortly before he was sworn in, besieged his house with warrants for arrest, saying that this man should be arrested. He escaped. Now, our former president, Obasanjo, was screaming this years back. We didn't do anything. As long as we let offenders, because of who they are, because they have money, get away with drug-related issues, then there is an encouragement for people to go into it because they know that if I make more money, I can escape.
He didn't carry drugs in Nigeria.
No.
It's an international...
What I'm saying is we need to uphold morality. We need to fight corruption. We need to fight what is wrong. We need to systemically...
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we're talking about crime, right? Drug trafficking and all that. But let us link it a bit because we just found out that our guest isn't here for this Let's Talk. So let us link this hot issue going on around town now, that the U.S. had actually endorsed
50 states, all
50 states have endorsed gay marriage, lesbianism, and homosexuality. Now, it's a crime in our country. So we're still talking on the issue of crime. Going by the tradition that Nigerians or Africans, we love to copy everything. Their music, their culture, their slang, their accent, their everything.
Their dressing.
How do we link this issue of crime in Nigeria? Well, okay, this is here is 14 years. If you haven't seen to be holding another man or even in that kind of act, it's 14 years here. How do we connect the fact that Nigerians also, do you even think that it could ever happen in this country?
I want to say something. We need to get it right in Nigeria that it is not everything the Western world does or they're doing that is right. The Western world is evolving at their own pace. Whatever they do is what they feel is good for them. We need to identify with who we are.
Wasn't that selective copying? Because we always try to say, oh, the world is a global village. You know, we're all moving on. You know, everybody talks. We find it convenient to say, oh, we are Africans. Oh, this is our culture in these kind of areas. But in other areas, we're like, no, it's a global village. We have to move with the rest of the world. When do we decide what is right and what is not right? Let me come to Uwa.
Murayo, the best way to sell anything to any race or any human being is to make it very attractive. And if you look at the social media right now, the media has made lesbianism, they have made, what's it called? Transgender. They've made it so attractive that it will be almost, I mean, you become abnormal if you cannot identify with those things. I think, going back to my belief, and listen, I think the church has a lot of work to do. It is no longer because, yes, and the religious bodies, they have a lot of work to do because it is no longer, let me just keep quiet as far as it's not happening in my country. The way it sneaks into, I mean, the way they think, this gay thing had been on for a very long time, for years. They have been constant, they have been consistently fighting, to the point that if you even want to get any position, you want to be elected as a leader, in America, you must be known to support them. For you to be able to get, no, if you're against them, you cannot win. No,
Bush was totally against them.
It was a strategy Obama used.
That was a strategy that Obama used.
Helped him to get the
so I'm saying that, you know, for us to now take back that thing that had been taking the morals part of us, we need to make our moral values stronger. We need to make it more attractive. So the children we have.
How do we do that in this country, in this world where every day on your phone you can be watching a gay movie? We need to sell decency. How do we ensure that our children don't fall into this trap? I think when it comes to Jumoke.
Maya, I was going to talk about drugs before we went on the break to say that we found out that children in primary schools now use drugs as well as in secondary schools. How do they get exposed to these things? It's the entire system, including the media, and all of us have failed in doing what we ought to do. It's the same thing with the gay rights now. I would say that you cannot determine what two people do with themselves. It's their human rights, you know. But once you start to legalize it, then it means that even from primary school, you start to expose children to, you must accept people the way they are. That's when somebody will now say, I was born like this. Pedophiles weren't born like that. The same thing, a 1-year-old child does not have sexual preferences. You put it in their heads.
Yes. Let me take this call from Ayo. Ayo, are you there?
Yeah, well, good morning.
Good morning, please go ahead.
I think the issue of gay stuff we are talking about, we're not even supposed to be talking about it. Number one, it's barbaric. It's demonic, it's evil. It's a bad precedent America is setting. For Christ's sake, what would attract in the same person, the same sex? For me, it's a terrible thing that is not even supposed to be discussed at all. It's evil.
All right, thank you so much. You see, the beautiful thing is that Ayo said it shouldn't be discussed at all, but you see, that's one of the problems.
Yes.
If we keep sweeping it on, they're not discussing it, then the
church will not talk about it.
Yes, able to because so the children now start going behind closed doors. What I'm reading about. So let us come out and say, you know what, this thing is bad.
Let me even say that, Murayo. Do you know that what is going to happen in America now? I was telling my husband, the forms will change. It's no longer whether you are married. They will list it. Are you a transgender? Are you this? Are you that? And even in the curriculum in school, because they've changed it already. When they are teaching what's it called, social studies, marriages and all that, they don't say marriage is between a man and a woman. You know, now very soon people that have dogs will say, I want to legalize me getting married to dog. That sin doesn't stop at one. Everybody now will not want to have a right to do what they are doing.
So we must...
Pedophiles will come out and say that they have a right to sleep with an underage. So it's something that we should not stop talking about.
Exactly. I'll let you talk. Let me take this call from Nat. Nat, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Please go ahead.
First of all, I just want to thank you people for what you put doing. This gay issue has been there for years in this in the world and in the country. I actually want the church to take it up. Let the church people, the pastors, the imam or whatever, take this thing up. Because if we don't do this thing now, it will be too late for this nation.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
And I think I like what he said, because this is the time. If any church or any mosque is going to stand up, this is now that it's still fresh. Imagine if all the churches and mosques come together and say, you know, this one, no, is not entering our country.
I want to say something else. You see,
we already have it.
As a society.
As in the legality.
As a society, we need to understand the place of boundaries. We need to understand the fact that rules and regulations and limitations on what we feel like doing. You see, the idea is that America is the land of the free. Yes. You are free. You can do what you want to do. Tomorrow you can wake up and say, I'm in love with my daughter. I love my daughter. Why can't I marry my daughter? It's a civil rights issue. And then they will freely let you do what you want to do. There must be boundaries. True. There must be rules. Absolutely. A society will go out of hand if there are not structures or grounds to ensure that the animal part of you does not come out. Because even biologically, we are not created to form alliance with a woman. A woman is not physically created to bond with another woman.
Let me take Simon's call. Good morning, Simon. Are you there?
Yeah, I am.
Please go ahead.
Good morning, ladies. Yeah. Please, I want to talk on these two topical issues you're talking about. That is the girlfriend and then also the drug issue. Let me take the girl first. You know, the number one thing we just have to realize is that America and the Western world have gone morally depraved. Not just today. A lot of things that they preach about in the guise of these human rights and things like that are things that are unnatural. And of course, any law that lacks the content of morality has lost its test. Just like they say, when the thought has lost its test, it's no longer thought. So, talking about how we will curb our people from emulating them, that is the time. The time is now. That is, we just have to start from the home and from the religious institutions to preach morality. And that which our culture and nature tolerate and nothing more.
Yes.
Then, on the other issue of drugs, trafficking and all that, it is also likely linked to this. Number one thing is that in Nigeria here, we like to worship the people that have the nobility and things like that. You know? Because, sorry to say, I even have it, from the rumor mills, the very station that you are on, some people who are mentioned to be, behind them or the owners are into drugs. It has been on air. They have not even contested that. Yes, they have not contested it. They have not contested it.
Okay. Let's take some tweets, please. Let's take some tweets, please.
Havila Evie says, Chai, end time or Eventus Argu says, see, let's stop saying the church. Charity begins at home. If you're saying the religious bodies should kick against it at the top, fine. Bisola says, this is like legalizing immoralities and wrongdoings, signs of the end time. Bring Back Our Girls says, please tell me if Nigeria is a kind of country that stick with what her laws say on any crime committed. Phone call?
Yes, I have a call. Ijoma, are you there?
Yes, good morning.
Please go ahead.
Okay, first thing I want to say is that our family values are being attacked every day.
True.
And once the first place the devil wants to attack is the family. Once the values are not there, every other thing falls apart. I don't know whether to say that social media has done more good than harm. We pick things easily.
True.
The first thing we have to do is let there be an awareness. What is bad, no matter what the Western world is doing. What is wrong is wrong. I want to tell the line of Owa. The church has to speak up. the mosques have to speak up. This is where we have to take a stand. We don't have to toe the line of what the Western world is doing all the time. We have to establish values. Now is the time before it gets worse.
All right, thank you so much, Gemma.
I like to say that there's no sitting on the fence on this situation. You see, when you're lukewarm, you have to stand. We have to make a decision as where we stand. Our government has already said that this is against our laws. We've created a law to protect us. Like Uwa said, our religious body needs to stand. Our country, our people, civil rights activists, everybody must stand. And we must accept it or deny it. These people need psychological help.
Okay.
These people need to be, we need to be compassionate towards them and understand where they're coming from.
Thank you for bringing the angle of the people, because the truth is, I'll let you talk. Yes, let us create that law. Let us protect our people. However, if somebody says, I am gay in Nigeria, and I want to marry somebody, what do we do? Do we excommunicate them to America?
Compassion.
Do we say, what do we do? How do we treat that
compassion
person?
Can I say something? Yes. Can I say something? Because we've had cases of people, for instance, we're discussing in the makeup room that we're discussing people that changed to a different sex and ended up realizing that that was not even their problem in the first place. They are now regretting why they even crossed to the other sex in the first place. That is the problem that we have is deeper. And I want to tell you that a strong economy can support anything. America is doing all these things. They have everything. They have economic power. So for you to fight it back, for you to fight it as a country, you too have to be strong. Your economic what's it called relevance has to be very, very strong in the country.
I don't understand.
I'm saying that all these laws that they are bringing
because they are hungry.
You are not getting you're not getting the point. It's not like that they are hungry. The reason they can stand on their own is because any angle you want to bring it, America can tell you tomorrow, because you don't support gay, they are not going to do this for you. You would not have to bow to that law.
Okay. Let me take Nasiru's calls and I'll come to you. Nasiru, are you there?
I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, unlike other topics that we used to discuss, you can see we are all speaking in one voice this morning.
Yes.
On a serious note, what is bad is bad.
Yes.
I agree with the previous caller. The leaders of the church, of the mosque, please for God's sake, this is time to wake up.
No sitting on the fence.
This is against our own culture. It's immoral to us. America, they have their life, they have their role. We have got our culture right. Please, we don't have to go ahead to do follow. No more follow. Yes. We don't want. You mentioned something now. You said your child of 8 years, a child of 8 years. Imagine a father sleeping with a child of 8 years. To some people in other countries, it's normal. But to us, it's not normal. Please, the head of all religious sectors must be awake now.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Not just any other time, but now.
All right, let's come to Jumoke.
I support that the society, like Tokwe said, has to do what he has to do. I support Uwa saying that the church, but I think that the basic unit of any society is the family. And a lot of parents have left parenting for the church and the society.
And social media.
So if I have a son and a daughter, and they're going to school and they're going to church and they come back and I am monitoring them and I see any tendency in my 2-year-old or my 3-year-old that is anti-God and anti what the Bible says, it is for me to make sure I remove it from their head. Mothers and fathers are the ones that God put in charge of children. Nobody was born gay.
And also, Jumoke,
nobody.
Absolutely.
Somebody, there's a tweet saying that some people, they don't have a choice because they were born like that. A 1-year-old boy does not know that I prefer a man to a woman. It is what the society feeds in their head.
But all of those of us that have our children abroad, shouldn't we now have a closer more? Now that in the US now it is okay.
Don't leave parenting to house girls.
But if you're abroad, you are in Nigeria, and your children are in America.
Can I say something?
Don't leave parenting.
Parents need to discuss this issue. Don't ignore it. Every mother, father watching this show should call their child and sit them down and say, I know that you might know that gay is now legal. Because sometimes you don't face the issue.
Yeah.
We must discuss it with your children. Every mother, father,
even if your child is in Australia, in London,
discuss
them
it
up
and tell them that gay is now legal in America. But that is not who we are. This is not right.
Fantastic. Let me take Idowu call. Good morning, Idowu. Are you there?
Read the Bible.
Hello, very good morning.
Please, go ahead, Idowu. Thanks.
Well, I support Jumoke and all of you there. I happen to have been in a church about a year or two ago. I had this delay, whatever. And there was a guy, you will not believe it, who was trying to lure small children in gay. I am a journalist.
In church?
By the grace of God, I use my position to investigate. And after which we indicted the guy, we called the boys, they came in, they testified against him. And even though I was not a member, a strong member of that church, I expelled that guy from the church. So now, what happened was that I now incurred the wrath of some women, you will not believe it, to whom that guy was, was a nice guy in quotes, our mother Daniel and stuff like that and so on. I had to now go to them individually, one by one, to say, what if that's your boy, Coyote, if this guy had done this, that to him, or that's your boy, Bio, if this guy had done, that was how they now understood why. And now, the lady that spoke about, I sincerely apologize that I didn't catch her name. The lady that spoke about the economic power that Morales said she does not understand. In the 70s, during the Murtala Obasanjo regime, when Nigeria was all-time high, very strong economy, when Nigeria sneezed, the whole world shook.
Yes.
When Nigeria coughed, the whole world shook. I remember that Nigeria stopped Commonwealth or something, games, because of apartheid, because Nigeria was supporting South people that were against apartheid and all that. So if the Nigerian economy is strong, we definitely can do it, like she said.
Thank you.
Okay.
They
Thank
will
you
throw
so
our
much.
line. Thank
So
you
it
very
is
much.
a
Good morning,
blessing
everybody.
that, so we can actually look at it, the blessing that we're somewhat underdeveloped, that we're just building our economy now. So we're now like the emerging market. Now, let me let you go ahead.
You know, that point I was saying, that is how the government can fight against the American government. If you're not stronger than that economy, there's no way you can fight it. But I wanted to say something. I love the point he made, but I don't like the part that a child would sin and you excommunicate the child from the church. That is the biggest problem that we have in the church. Because when you excommunicate people from the house of God, you push them further into those people, sin. Their hands are like this. Welcome, we welcome you. Welcome. They will continue to welcome them. And we now have a bigger force that is fighting against us. So I don't think the church should excommunicate those people from the, if you see things happening, your own child, would you excommunicate your child? You cannot excommunicate your child. What you need to do is to look for help. Sit down. It is the way they sold that thing to that child's skull. You can unscrew it from the skull and take it out.
Absolutely. Let me take Chika's call. Good morning, Chika. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning. Please go ahead.
Yes, please. In regard to what you are discussing, I want to categorically tell you clearly that if this problem has to be solved, it has to start from the home, and it has to first start from women. I have an example that I cannot mention names here about women that are lesbians. I got involved in one. When I finally found out that she was a lesbian, I tried to complain to the mother. Do you know what the mother told me? He said the picture I saw of the daughter kissing another girl and posted it on Facebook. That is nothing in their tribe. I don't want to mention the tribe. That is just like because they are friends, they are very close to each other, that it doesn't mean anything. Now, if a mother can encourage the daughter to be kissing another girl, even posting the picture on the Facebook, what would that daughter be if he had children? How would she be able to train the children and tell them that this is wrong and this is right? Thank you.
It doesn't stop at mother. It's mother and father.
Hold on.
It's mother and father. It's Tokwe and father.
You see, one, we need to love and compassion. We need to have compassion towards them. It's not pity. You need to understand the person has habits. Differentiate the person from the habit. Help the person to change the habit. One. Number two, as parents, we can't overemphasize it. There's a part that the parent needs to play. There's a part that the environment needs to play. There's a part that even the church needs to play. We cannot overemphasize it. We cannot sit on the fence. This is a major issue, please. Because this morning I was sending a chat to two of the people I know in the US that I'm praying for you. I can show you after because I was concerned about it. That this is now, you see it. When I was in New York.
If you go to the store anyway, they're just hanging around.
You just
everywhere
see it.
now.
It feeds your brain.
A lesbian mother who married a man and has a daughter would not see anything wrong with her daughter kissing another girl because that's her own orientation. So they have faulted all of our arguments of society, church, and even parenting. Now, we'll take it back to the religion to say that in the Bible, God condemned Sodom and Gomorrah.
Destroyed them.
Everybody is
because of lesbianism and homosexuality. So we must know that from the moral point of view, it is wrong.
And from the biblical point of view,
it is wrong.
When it comes to war.
Sealing it up, Mariah, please. Everybody, every parent should pray for their home, pray for the children. And for our economy, we need to build ourselves to become a formidable force. Because you cannot fight the world and you're weak. You're still seeking for something. So that's my own final
So it's
tip.
like also the churches in the US are just sitting on the fence.
Yeah.
Nobody's really...
No sitting, Mariah, no sitting on the fence. Even the churches over there. Because you see, the revolution against the blacks was spearheaded by religious body, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Those are the people that they were the forefront of the crisis. Right now, in America, the churches should spearhead something.
Many of them
what is wrong is wrong.
A major church in America,
right.
the son came out to say he was what would you do?
Let me quickly read a few tweets before we run off. Ant-Man says, even the animals know it is bad and immoral. Have you ever seen a he-goat mating with another he-goat?
Please.
Even animals have boundaries. Oni Michael says, heavy home must rise against gay. It is here with us when you're privy to what happens in our hostels.
True.
That is so true.
Boarding houses.
Yes. Jack says, whatever society wrong you see is a failure in the larger society and the managers. A lot of underage are taking to this.
I think in rounding up, it's important to know that parents, we need to just let our children know that, listen, this is wrong. And just like, I like what Tokwe said, there's no sitting on the fence. You got to put your foot there. Even though you're seen as, oh, mommy, you're being a cake. Whatever it is, this is our stand as a family. We don't do it. It is wrong. We don't see it as right in this family. And they need to understand what your values are.
Yes, no. It is my archaism, if there's any word like that, that brought you to this world. You cannot tell me you want to marry another man.
Aren't we starting to sound like our parents already?
Oh, yeah. Somebody says that there's a gay church in Nigeria. We have them amongst us already. So it is for us to go on our knees and pray that God...
No, not even that. Forget the praying. See, that's
the first part.
We must stand.
Yes.
Imagine all of us women saying, no, every woman in this country should stand and start marching and say, you know what? No more gay.
My last message, every mother, every father, every mother, every father watching this show, call your child and establish it with you. Don't think that, don't assume they know what to do.
All right.
Don't assume it,
we
just
have to round up. Unfortunately, we have to round up. This is a pretty hot topic, and let's see how it unfolds throughout continuously. We just pray that it will not be our portion in this country.
Amen.
We have to remember to wish Mr. Taiwo Olumide Said. He's 50 years old today.
Happy birthday.
He's our executive driver of TVC Entertainment. That guy is fantastic. He helps us out. He's always there for us.
Yes,
gets me my fuel.
Special thanks from me. I have to really thank him. I'm going to have to
Mr.
celebrate him one way or the other. Thank you. God bless you, Mr. Taiwo. You live many more years.
Amen.
And
Happy
you keep on growing in Jesus' name.
Many more. It's fantastic. All right, that's all we can take on today's show. Don't forget to watch a repeat broadcast at 11:30 p.m. tonight. You can also watch previous episodes by going to YouTube. Very soon, TVC, your view will start repeating, I think 9 p.m. very soon. We'll let you know. I think July 1st, I'm not sure. We'll let you know if once we change the repeat timing. But God bless you. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.